All right, live from the MMB Radio studios, it's your boy Masta to be here for the MMB Radio Podcast, where no topic is too big or too small. And really, this topic is something. This next guest I have is a first for MMB Radio, and we're going to get into a whole bunch of new and exciting realms of different things tonight. But I want to welcome in right now Miss Jessy Dubai. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, dear. Thank you for the invite.
So, wow, I guess let's just jump right into it. So you are the very first transgender guest that we've had on the MMB Radio Podcast. So that's a whole new realm of guest for us.
Nice.
So I guess first things first, let me start off by saying that I apologize in advance. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions of different things that is all new to me because this is not my expertise. And I'm hoping that I learned a lot of things and fans and people who are new to all this learn a lot of new things. But first things first, do you like to be called transgender or transsexual, or what is the political way of saying it?
I don't mind. For me personally, I don't mind if you want to call me transsexual, transgender, tranny. As long as you don't call me he, she, or she-male, as long as you don't add the word, he, male. I think if I introduce myself as a female, Jessy Dubai, I think the best pronouns we can use is her, she, the lady, as long as you treat me like that, you can call me anything. Just treat me as a lady.
Awesome. So, you are a lady, but you do have some freaky tendencies. So we got to talk about that too. So, you got into the adult film business, but before you got into all that, what was life like growing up being transgender? Did you know from an early age that you were transgender?
Well, see, when I decided to be a girl, well, when I was 10, 11, I always knew, not that I wanted to be a transsexual, but I knew that I wanted to be a girl. Transsexual was not even in my vocabulary at that age. It was when I turned about 13 that I started to figure out. It was when I was 14 that I decided to do the transition, and I talked with my dad, and I told him that I was going to change schools so I could go to a school where no one knew me as a girl. And, it took a lot of time, but he finally agreed. I had to get out of my house, my parents' house, in order for that to happen. But that's when I decided to, I'm going to be a woman. And I started working on my transition since I was 14. That's why I'm so passable and so feminine, because becoming a girl, it just came to me natural.
Now, how did your family initially react to this? Was this something where they were trying to stop you from doing it, or were they always supportive?
My dad was the one trying to stop it, but it's funny because my dad is gay himself, and he's been with his partner for about 8 years, and he has 1 year married. So for me, it was harder to come out because my dad was mad that he didn't want me to become a woman. He said, if you want to be a gay guy liking guys, that's fine, but don't try to be someone that you're not. You're not a woman. You're never going to look like one. You're going to make a fool of yourself, and you're going to look like a clown. So, that's when I was like, I need to get out of his house. And once I moved the obstacle that it was in my way, which was my father at the moment, and I went to live by myself, everyone just started accepting who I was, because everyone knew, I was the kind of kid that I was so flamboyant and so feminine since little. I think I'm more masculine now than when I was younger. When I was younger, I was so feminine, so flirtatious, always talking so happy, and oh my God, I cannot believe someone doing this. Now it's more like, I live in the real world, and I try not to be so, everything is pink and flowers. So it just came natural for my family, except for my dad. Once he realized that this was actually the real path that I wanted to take, and he saw that I was doing it the right way, going to the clinic, getting hormones, doing it the way you're supposed to do, or better than what he thought I was going to look like. That's when he started accepting. And when I told him that I was going to become a porn star or a porn actress, he said, whatever, it's your life, you do whatever you want, just remember that I go to the sex shops, to the sex stores, and I see a bunch of movies from like 50 years ago. So your movies are going to be out there for many years to come. And I was like, that's fine. I don't mind. That's why I'm going to make a business out of this, and I'm going to go with a business mind instead of, just making a couple of quick bucks. So if my name is going to be out there for a long time, I want my name to, carry my legacy and carry something positive instead of something like, oh, this was just one porn star that she came out, she showed off her talents, and then she disappeared. I don't want that. And now that he's really proud of me. Every time he goes to the stores, because he has a lot of friends that work at like sex shops, and they are usually playing my movies at the arcades, at the different, bookstores. And when he goes there, he's like, oh my God, that's my daughter right there. She's my daughter. And people don't believe him that he has a porn star daughter. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, he was the only one that got on my way. Once he realized who I wanted to be, he actually, got out of my way and got behind my back, to push me towards my goal even closer.
So it's just a little ironic when you say he's a gay man, and he says to you, don't try to be something you're not, but yet he impregnated a woman. So it's kind of like he was trying to be something he wasn't. But
yeah, the way he saw it was, he was trying to cover the sun with one finger. That's why I think I can speak about, Caitlyn Jenner, about her transition and, her decision and how she feels now, because she has one thing that my dad hasn't. She and my dad have one thing in common. They both raised kids, and they both waited until their kids were old enough to come out of the closet. I'm not saying that Caitlyn Jenner had it easy because of all the money that she has and how she transitioned. But, just like my father, it was hard to go through, all of that. To go through all of that, like hiding from your family, hiding from your sons, hiding from your daughters, that who you are. So I totally understand my father now. Even I understand my father now, why he did what he did and why he acted the way he acted. Basically, my dad was a scared single parent. He didn't know how to deal with this, and instead of sugarcoating it and supporting me and telling me, well, sweetie, since you want to be this way, let's go to like, not a psychologist, but let's go to a, help group where they'll help you figure out what you want to do. Let's go to a transgender group where they'll figure out, what is this going on with you. So I wish I would have had that, but I didn't. Instead, what he did was just talk to me like an adult. Look, Fu, this is what's going to happen. If you want to be gay in this world, you're going to go through this, you're going to go through that, and life is not as easy. He barely, instead of telling me about the bees and the birds in the summer, he literally told me a dick is going to go inside a vagina, and then sperm is going to come out, and then there's a baby. That happens. But before that, the guy fools with the girl, and sometimes they'll get her drunk. He will tell me exactly the play-by-play that an adult will talk to another adult when I was barely 14, 15 years old. That's why sex and the industry became so natural to me, because I already knew, by the age of 18, I already knew about the industry a lot, not because of investigating, but just by seeing online, but just by seeing on magazines, and by being surrounded by the people that my dad was surrounded by, like a lot of gay people. And I was never molested or anything, but, everyone was so open with me, and they were so open with my dad that I started learning about STDs. Like the first time I had sex, thanks to my father, even when I gave a blowjob, it was with a condom, because my dad told me, there's so many STDs out there, and there's so many people out there that are going to try to get in your pants, and they're not going to tell you that they have a disease just in order to drag you with them. So you always have to be careful. And those were like the warnings my father always gave me. So I think that's why, I understand why he tried to cover the sun, because he was afraid, for me to jump into this world where I could get hurt.
Now, I'm looking through your resume of different things, and you've won a lot of awards. I mean, you've won the X-Critic Award for Best TS Performer, and you've won awards at the TAA for Best Scene for Tranny Chasers 2. Like, if you look at all of the adult film stars, TS adult film stars, like, you're, like, at the top. How does that feel to know that you've you're pretty much running shit right now. Like, you are like the #1 adult trans star.
Well, see, for me, being at the top of my game and being one of the top transsexual porn stars at the moment, one is very rewarding because years ago, my assistant, the guy that is my assistant right now, he used to be my friend at that moment, you know. And I remember telling him, like, I'm going to start doing porn. And imagine, girl, just imagine when one day when I'm talking to you and I'm showing you my videos or I'm telling you that I'm a porn star, like right now I'm a porn actress, but later I'm going to say I'm a porn star. Like, imagine how cool is that going to be? And now my friends and they know that I do porn, but it wasn't until I took my assistant and a couple of my friends to some of my awards that they realized, oh my God, bitch, like, you're the shit. Like, the way people talk to other girls, like other female performers or male performers, like producers and stuff, they degrade them so much. But when they talk to me, they kind of like lower their standards. Doesn't matter if it's like the owner of AVN, you know, he will like lower down to my level or, you know, will be at the same level and they will speak to me with respect. So that, you know, all my awards, that got me the respect from all that people. So that it's amazing for me to be able to say, my name is Jessy Dubai, and everyone knows who Jessy Dubai is. When my assistant tells people that he's my assistant, you know, people open doors for him because they know who Jessy Dubai is. So for that, it's amazing to get the recognition in just such a short time. It also is very humbling and eye-opening because, I mean, there's so many girls out there trying to make it to where I made it, trying to like work as much as they can and trying to milk their beauty and their youth as much as they can. And one thing that I do have to say is that sometimes we cannot milk our beauty and our talents if we don't have a name. We first need to build a name, build a brand in order for people to take us seriously. I did that. I built my name, I built my brand, and now I can say, you know, my name is Jessy Dubai, and you respect that name. So being at the top, it just really helped me, you know, really open my eyes and really made me understand how hard this business is. And that's why, you know, I want to help new girls come into this business. But the real girls, the girls that want to not just make a quick buck for this, but that actually want to do this as a career, that they actually want to do this for reals and help the industry. I don't want to bring girls that are going to come and try to make a quick buck and undersell themselves and fuck the industry that I'm trying to save. We already have enough issues with Weinstein trying to bring us down for me to bring models into this industry that all they're going to do is fuck it up. I'd rather bring models that I can prepare and have them ready, you know, how to clean up, how to prepare for a shoot, how to perform, how to deliver their lines, how to do a good scene. That way when they show up prepared to the scenes, it was me, the one that helped them, and they're prepared. It's a win-win for everyone. The model arrives to set all comfortable knowing that she's ready for that role. The producers and the directors, they're ready for that role because they know that she's prepared and they don't have to like struggle with her, even if she's a newbie. They already know what they're going themselves into and how good she performs. And I get the recognition that my girl is carrying my name for years to come. Even if I decided to retire next year, there will be other girls that came from my school that I was able to help. So, you know, that name, having that name out there is just amazing. It's humbling, it's eye-opening, and it's a way for me to be able to help other girls and for them to trust me. One thing I always say, if someone comes to you and tells you, I can make you famous, I can make you the next tier superstar, I can make you the next top model, make sure that person achieves that for themselves first before they can do that for you. I know so many agents, so many, you know, wannabe managers that they promise the girls that they're going to get them so many gigs, that they're going to get so many stuff, and they never get other than 1 gig a month, you know, that they're under contract. I don't want that. I'm trying to help girls to go on themselves and do business for themselves, you know, but give good quality content rather than just the same old thing that we've been having.
Now, what is your favorite types of scenes to shoot in the business? Like, what do you enjoy doing?
I love, let me see. I love doing boy girl. I love doing gangbangs, even though I've only done one, but I want to do more. I want to do I like gangbangs with guys. That's pretty much my gender. I love that gender. And when I do BDMS with kink, those are my favorites.
Now, I've seen some of the stuff you've done with kink, and one of the things I had people on Twitter sending questions, and one of the things that I wanted to point out that a fan asked, he wanted to know, or she wanted to know, what was up with the tattoo you have? You have two eyes, like right on your waistline. What was the significance of the two eyes?
The tattoo. Well, let me give you the big answer. There was actually two tattoos that I was going to get before this one. The first tattoo, the idea came as in like, I need a tramp stamp, since I'm going to become a porn star. And I already have a tattoo in the back of my, above my butt. So I figure a tattoo in front of my pelvis would look, sassy and sexy. But I didn't know what to get. I was going to get the tattoo that said Boner Garage with an arrow pointing down. But I was like, I don't even have a garage right there. So that would not be funny. What if I get, the tattoo of cat eyes, like literally eyes of a cat? So when people ask me, what is that? I'll be like, do you want to look at my pussy? And then when I pull down my underwear, I'll be like, just kidding. I got you. I don't have a pussy, Or even better, I was going to put like the face of Pinocho. So when I pull down my pants, I'll be like, lie to me, Pinocho, lie to me, And just like my dick will start growing and the nose will start growing. So I figure it'll be funny. But then I don't want to be known as the girl with the Pinocho in the crotch. So I don't know. I saw the tattoo that I have in my back of the set of eyes. And I figured, why not have a picture of my own eyes? So I had a picture of my own eyes in a picture. So I was like, that would be it. I'm going to tattoo myself on my pelvis. So no matter what you do, whether it's kissing me or sucking my dick, I'll be watching.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, one fan wanted to know, what are all the exact measurements?
Let me see. God.
When's the last time you've gone to Victoria's Secret and measured yourself?
I don't go because usually a lot of people get me, my lingerie and stuff. But give me 1 second because it's going to get let's see. My breast size are 36 double D. Mm-hmm. My waist is 28, and my hips are 40. Okay.
So the fan out there that wanted to know the exact measurements, there you have it. Now, what do you consider?
And one more measurement that guys love to hear. My ring size is 7, and my shoe size is 8.
Okay. Okay, so any guys out there?
Hey, you never know when people want to buy me jewelry.
That's what I was about to say. Anybody wants to spoil you with gifts, now they know what sizes to get.
Especially now because my birthday is on November 12th. So a lot of people is like contacting me for my birthday.
Well, there you have it. You could get her a birthday gift. And one of the things I also wanted to note is you're going to be at Exotica. So the weekend of your birthday, you'll be at Exotica in New Jersey?
In New Jersey, along with my fans, give free pictures out there. And then I will also be celebrating my birthday at the Tranny Strip in New York, the headquarters, along with Aubrey Kate. We'll be celebrating our birthday bash right there. So yeah, last year I only celebrated my birthday once, and it was a horrible day. This time I get to celebrate it 3 times, and all 3 times are going to be surrounded by amazing people.
Now, I met you a year ago at Exotica, and at the time I had no clue who you were. I just saw you doing free pictures, so if it's free, it's me. So I took a picture with you, and I posted on Instagram, and that's how initially I found out you were a TS. Because someone posted a picture and I was like, or a comment, and I'm like, I don't know who she is, and they're like, oh, she's the transsexual, and I'm like, I would have never known. So do you have people who still see you from time to time and have no idea?
Everywhere where I go, I don't tell people who I am or what I am. until I start talking to them. What happens to me, and I love doing this, before I became a porn star, I used to keep a secret that I was a transsexual, so I will never tell no one, you know. It wasn't until I was on top of the guy, or the guy was on top of me, about to kiss me and about to eat my pussy, when I will be like, there's something I have to tell you, you know, and either that time they'll stay or they'll leave. Now, there was only one secret that I will be hiding, that I'm a porn star. So now it's impossible to hide that, because as soon as I send up someone a picture or I give someone my phone number, they Google me immediately. So they automatically know who I am, and then for that fact, what do I do for work. But for me, it's fun when I meet people in person. When I go to the airport, when I go from, I don't know, downtown to a restaurant, and I always sit at the bar. If I'm by myself, I always sit at the bar, you know, talk with the bartender, giggle for a little bit until my plane is ready to take off. That's where I meet a lot of wonderful people. And a lot of the times I meet close-minded people, you know, talking about, especially in Dallas or like Texas, you know, talking about, you know, guns and all that stuff. But as soon as we start talking about gay issues, oh, they get all close-minded and whatnot. For me, it's really exciting and really, it really warms my heart when I have the opportunity to talk to that people. I'll get to talk to them. They'll start to ask me questions, and how do they got to look so pretty and this and that, and they flirt with me. And then I will ask them, like, what do you think about Caitlyn Jenner, especially Caitlyn Jenner that is so popular now? I ask people that, what do you think about Caitlyn Jenner? And they will start explaining me that they don't think that's okay, that it's a sin or this and that people should be put to death and all kinds of stuff. And that's when I start get to talk with them and kind of like, you know, explain them how it feels and put them in a way that they will relate to our, you know, to our life. Because I know how my father feels being older and having that secret, you know, behind closed doors. I know how I felt when I was younger and how frustrated I felt when I was, you know, trapped inside this boy's body that I had when I was younger. So I talk to people to let them know how we felt. And that's when I tell them, what do you think about me? We've had 30, 45 minutes, sometimes 2 hours talking here, sitting at the bar. So far, what do you think about me? And they will tell me, I think you're a wonderful person. I think that you're very humble. I think you're this, you're that, you're very pretty. And that's when I will tell them, would you believe me if I told you that I was a transsexual? Or my favorite, have you ever talked with a transsexual so you can tell that they are like that? No, I have never talked to a transsexual, and I don't ever want to. I'm so sorry, my dear, but you just did. I'm a transsexual. What do you think about me now? That's when I don't know what to say. They will walk away, or later they will come back and they'll say, I'm sorry, I apologize. And they start to tell me why did they felt like that and how I changed their beliefs. Because, I mean, a lot of people is just scared because all of this is just new, and a lot of people is just trying to deal with this themselves, you know? So I understand, but like when you told me, like, please excuse me if I offend you, the only way that you can offend me is by not asking questions and assuming something. That's when you can upset me and when you can insult me. But if you ask me a question politely, I have no problem answering it, and don't worry, I will not get offended. It's the way you say it. Example, if you ask me from far away, hey, are you a dude or a girl? We want to know. At that moment, I'm going to see it as a read. I'm going to see it as you wanted to make fun of me, and I'm going to see it as you fucking dickwad. But if you actually come to me very politely and say, hi, sweetie, my friends and I over there, we have a question. Can I ask you a question? Then my answer will be, do any of your friends have any balls, or are you holding them for them because you have to talk for the whole group? But okay, that's fine. What is your question? That I have a dick? Yes, I do have a dick. It's 8 inches. How big is yours? Before they make that fun question and make me feel embarrassed, I'll just call it out. I'll be like, yes, I have a dick and it's 8 inches. How big is yours? And then, you know, either they tell me it's bigger than yours, and I'll be like, want a sword fight? or they'll be like, okay, thank you. You know, mine's smaller than that, so I'll just walk away. But I don't let people like step me down, because that's the only thing that people have against me. A gun that points at me when they say, you're a transsexual, you're a porn star. That's not a reason for me to be ashamed of. So I take the gun away from them and I tell them, yes, I'm a transsexual. Yes, I am a porn star. What else do you have against me? That I'm old? I'm 25. That I'm ugly? A lot of fans and a lot of money in my bank and all the movies that I have say otherwise. So please come up with something more genius than you're a man with boobs, because trust me, I know that every time I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror. But then again, I'm a beautiful man with boobs. Sorry, you're not, you know?
So another fan tweets and he wants to know, what type of guys are you into? And do you currently date in the business? Or like, how does dating while being a TS or a porn star or both affect your dating relationship?
See, it's for me, since I've been in this industry, I figure that I don't want to have an open relationship that my boyfriend can go and have sex with whoever he wants, because I do it for work and he will be doing it for pleasure. It will be coming out of his heart, you know. So I do not accept that. If my boyfriend wants to have sex with other person, he can always come and ask me, babe, can we have sex with this girl? Can we have sex with this guy? Sure, babe. Tell him to come over and we'll play. Why? Because what's going to stop him from seeing that person behind my back? My ex-boyfriend, the reason why my Twitter account is suspended is because he did that. I gave him all the trust. You know, whenever you want to mess with someone, you can. Just please do not have sex with any of my friends, because I will not be able to look them in the eye again. And do not go behind my back. Every time I traveled, every time I went out of town, he would cheat on me. And I never found out until the end of our relationship that I caught him in all the lies. And that's when I was like, oh, sweetie, I'm going to destroy you. And I did. But that's another story. But, you know, it was like, it did destroy my heart. But now that I'm starting to date my new boyfriend, the way I met my new boyfriend is completely different. I met him, and he's not even my type, because my type is very tall, white guys, you know, like 6'1", like 5'11" is my minimum height, and I like, you know, in shape, buff, you know. My hot crushes will be like Ben Diesel, Ben Affleck, Ryan Reynolds, you know, all of those hot puppies. But my boyfriend, my new boyfriend reminds me more like of The Rock, you know. That's how my boyfriend looks now. And we met at a sex party, and it was his first sex party, and it was my first sex party. And then, you know, I was still going through a breakup with my ex-boyfriend, like getting over the breakup. And we started talking, and one thing led to the other, that we started talking more and more and more and more after me ignoring him for like so long. He will text me on Monday. I will reply back like on Saturday, Sunday, if I felt like it. Because I was not looking for a relationship, but he really made, you know, the effort. That is one thing that attracts me about a guy. You cannot be my type, but because I also don't fall always for my type, because when I have fallen for my type, oh my God, it's like, you know, bites me in the ass. But this guy, he just showed me commitment, showed me, you know, that he wanted to be with me. He lives in Dallas, and I told him, if you want to come spend time with me, first of all, you need to go get tested, because I work in the industry, and for you to mess with me, I need to make sure 110% that you're clean. So you need to get tested, and I do not take, you know, paper printed tests. You have to take the same test that I take when I go shoot. I need you to come here from this day to this day, and he did. And that's when he asked me if I wanted to be his girlfriend. I told him, give me 4 more months. I want you to get to know my industry. I want you to get to know my life. I want you to get to know my business, so you can jump, you know, like with your eyesight clear, and you're like, I know what I'm getting myself into, instead of you coming months later and be like, yeah, this is not what I've had in mind. This is too much for me. But so far, you know, we like the same things sexually. We like the same things emotionally. We see our future going the same path. We think about business the same way. We're actually trying to I'm trying to make him my security. So every time I go out of town or travel for like Exotica or whatnot, he will come with me. He will get to know the business. So maybe later, if he's the one that stays, you know, like the one, we can come up with a business together, because I told him, One thing important about me and my partners is that they have to agree that I'm not going to quit porn. I'm going to stay in porn. Even if I'm not a model anymore, I will still be producing, directing, or editing porn. Or maybe being an agent for different models that need my help. Also, I would like for him to get the ropes, the hang of it, so maybe we can take a course and, work together and maybe open a studio because, opening my own studio has always been my dream since I became in this industry. So even better now, having someone that I can trust and that I can make a business with, that's even awesome. So I guess that's my type of guys, someone that is willing to collaborate with me, work with me. I can trust because I have to trust my boyfriend the same way I trust my surgeon,
So one thing that I was always curious about is what is the one thing that people say is your best asset, whether it be your eyes or your smile, or what do people compliment you the most on?
A lot of compliments that I get is my abs in person. It's funny because I don't get, you guys cannot really see my abs on pictures. It's funny. But in real life, I get a lot of compliments for my abs. I get compliments for everything. You know what is the best compliment that I always get when people meet me in person? Oh my God, you're beautiful. Your pictures do you no justice. I was like, really? Thank you. And everyone that they meet me, when they first see my pictures and they meet me in person, they're like, your pictures do you no justice. I'm like, yeah, because they always pick the pictures where I look crooked or where my makeup is all messed up. But, the producers and the directors don't always like the same pictures I like. So that's better for me because, they get like a little glimpse of how I look like. And then when they see me in person, it's like I exceed their expectations. So that's like the nicest compliment I had. And my ass. Everyone loves my ass for some reason. Girls, older, younger, they all fall right away for my booty.
Now, one fan, he tweeted in, he wants to know, how do you stay in such good physical shape? Do you have a special regimen?
I fuck a lot.
You fuck a lot.
I suck a lot. Well, see, I'm not going to say that I am the most. Oh, you guys have to see how cut and how hot I'm going to look. My boyfriend, he's like a personal trainer, so we're going to start training. So he's going to help me. I'm good with the diet. That's what I'm good at. I'm good with the dieting. I'm good with, cooking healthy meals, but I suck at keeping track with the workouts. So hopefully, with having my personal trainer, he'll focus on the workouts, I'll focus on the eating, and it'll work out perfect. That's how I keep myself in shape, with eating healthy and lots and lots and lots of water. I don't really get a lot of time to work out other than quick 15-minute workouts in the morning because a lot of the time I spend from hotel to hotel, and some of the hotels either I don't have the time or they don't have a gym in the complex. So I have to work with the chair, with the mattress, with 2 gallons of water as weights, work with what I have in order to keep my body moving for the first 30 minutes when I wake up. Because the first hour, 30 minutes when you wake up is the best time to work out.
Now, I want to make sure that we note that you got a new website coming out, right? Let everybody know where they can find you at on your new website.
Well, you guys can find me, and my website is Jessy Dubai, the XXX.club. And also JessyDubai.com, where you guys can see what happens in my personal life. And one thing that I want to do, that I'm trying to do with this trip that I'm doing, is that a lot of my fans, I've been spending time with my friend Savannah, which she was my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. And we became very good friends once she told me, she wanted to become a model. So I told her, I'm going to help you, become who you want to be. And that way it'll be my way of kind of punching both of our ex in the face, kind of this, you want to leave me for her? No, I'm taking her with me. So it was very good to put her up there. But now we want to come up with a reality TV show, because everyone, when they see us interacting together and the conversations that we have about the community and everything, I want to do a reality TV show. So I'm starting my YouTube reality show about us going through ADN, Exotica, all of those places that people want to know what I do, on my personal life and how I deal with stuff. And a lot of my show has to do with questions that my fans will have tips that other girls want to have. Maybe I'll have like special guests, like, Mia Isabella come visit me, or I'll come visit Mia Isabella in Las Vegas and have a, coffee chat and talk about, the industry, and people will be able to see that. I want people to see that porn stars, especially us transsexuals, we're not all just about sex. We're not just deviants. I don't want people to just have that, stereotype in their head. Caitlyn Jenner is doing an amazing job showing that, we're not all about that, and that is one good thing. Carmen Carrera, she's doing it another way. So many awesome transsexual performers, not just in the porn industry, but in the mainstream industry as well. They're opening the road for transsexual talent to be more noticed, and I want to be one of those persons that, even with a little, a quick 30-minute episode of what's going on in a week of my life, how I deal with this, because everyone thinks that being a porn star is easy. I have to deal with so much rejection. I have to deal with stress. I have to deal with producers canceling on me. I have to deal with talking to models. I have to deal with so much drama, but at the same time, I have to deal with so much fun and interesting topics that sometimes I want other people's, feed. I want other people's opinions, and I figured that making a show will be a great way for me to put my mind and my thoughts out there for other people to maybe familiarize with it, or give pointers for other people, that will join the show later. So that is my big goal right now. My first goal was to put my name at the top. I think I already achieved it. So now it's time to put that name to work, and it's now to put that name to a good purpose that will help other people, in this industry, and not just in the industry, but in the transsexual community itself.
Now, are you planning on creating a new Twitter or getting it unsuspended? And do you do Instagram?
I'm going to get it unsuspended. The thing is that I'm also producing a movie about my life, how I met Savannah, my co-star, and how, my boyfriend cheated on me. Because one thing about me is that when something sad or something depressing happens in my life, I use that emotion. I use whatever story happened to me in order to make something positive. Maybe this time, instead of making a movie, I'll make a poem of how fucked up my relationship was, or I'll make a song. This time, I want to make a movie where it shows, but of course, it's going to be a porn. It's going to show, a little bit of the story, how Savannah and we met, and it's also going to show the little bit of the torture that we're going to cause on our boyfriend, and it's going to show a lot of the sex that we had while we were cheating on him. So there's a cool story, mixed in it that I want to do. So that's another big project that I want to do as like a performer. And now it's time to put my name to work, and to put it to make profit. So it was because of me talking about my ex-boyfriend that I was going to put him in the movie, and I was going to talk about our story, that he didn't like that. So he ended up calling the police on me, saying that, he did not want it for me to be talking about him. And I honestly just told the police, I'm sorry, but I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about a character that I'm going to put in my movie. I'm sorry that he's the person that, did all of this to me, but I'm not posting pictures of him. I'm not doing anything that will harm him. Whatever I post on my social media, it's my thoughts, my feelings, and my personal stuff. I never contacted him after the breakup. I never called him, never texted him as he wished. And I didn't. It's not my fault that he likes to stalk me on my social media. And he didn't saw some posts that he didn't like because he knew who I was talking about. So he just, suspended my account. But I already talked with the police. I already made my 5 pages long statement, and it should be fixed in any moment. Worst case scenario, I can always open a new Twitter, and it'll be the same handle, @TSJessy. Or even better, I'll put Superstar TS Jessy.
There you have it. So we appreciate you coming on and talking to us a little bit. And I think hopefully everybody has a better understanding of who you are. And one of the things I can say I admire about you is you have this driven, huge personality. You're very friendly, and you're just full of energy. And it's really cool that you're so steadfast on changing stereotypes, and I appreciate you for calling in and talking to us. Is there anything you want the fans to know before you get out of here?
I want to say just thank you to all the fans that voted for me for all the awards. And keep voting for me for the next awards, ADN, XXX, and all of them to come. I promise for the next year I will come up with more awesome things for my fans. Like I have a calendar coming up. If you guys have any ideas for the show, anything that you guys want to see me talk, any special guests that you guys would like me to bring, please follow me on my Twitter as soon as it gets back. Also, you guys can follow me on my Tumblr or my Instagram, which is the same, @Jessy, or just send me an email to my personal account, Jessy Dubai 698 @gmail.com, with your thoughts, your ideas, your suggestions, and I will always try to reply. Sometimes it takes me more than a month to get to all of you, but, you know, one email at a time gets me there. And just thank you to all of you guys for supporting me. And I know I'm talking too much, but I ramble a lot when I'm nervous.
Yeah, it's perfectly understandable. Like I said, we really appreciate you coming on, and we can't wait to see you at Exotica November 13th through the 16th up in Edison, New Jersey. She'll be signing on her own booth, the Jessy Dubai booth. So you definitely got to go check her out, get a picture with her, talk it up with her, and don't be afraid of her. Just go
and
right on
yes,
up
and also come to visit me at Trendy Strip in New York. Come and celebrate my party and blow my candles.
There you have it. Well, we'll be talking to you real soon, okay?
Thank you, sweetie. Hi, guys. This is your superstar, CS Jessy Dubai, with Mix Master B at MMB Radio.